Welcome to A Peek Inside. I'm JD, a student in the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. This program takes you inside the events, careers, and lives of people in and around the Pikes Peak region. Our guest today is Matt. Matt is a travel photographer. What led you to become a photographer?
I was always taking photos when I was younger, just like banging them out just for fun, like no goals. And in college, I took one photography class, and I was like, it was my last semester of college as well. So it was interesting. And I took one class and decided like, this is what I want to be doing. So it didn't really have that much training on it, but did find my passion for it in college.
For photography, what are some of the countries you travel to? And what is your favorite place you have traveled to?
I've been going to a lot of tropical countries as I like to photograph the ocean and surfing. So I've gone to Costa Rica maybe 10, 15 times, Nicaragua, which is right next door, 10, 15 times. And then I've gone to Dominican Republic, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Peru, Portugal. And most recently I went to Japan on a couple trips, which was like totally different and really inspiring.
How did you overcome this experience?
How did I overcome?
Yeah, like if there were some challenges, problems.
So if I had any issues, like in terms of overcoming it,
Expand it.
Okay. So if I had any issues, I just like do everything by ear. Like I kind of like reinvent the wheel, maybe to a fault, where I just play around with different things until something finally works.
Keep going. Were there some favorite countries that you liked so far? Like if you would like to go back to that country, what would it be and why?
I thought I liked Costa Rica, like it was my favorite country, and I ended up moving there for a year, and it's definitely different living in a country besides like going there on a vacation or work. So yeah, it has been, up until recently it's been Costa Rica, and then I just got back maybe a week or two ago from like a 3-week trip in Japan, and it's my third time over there. And I think I'm feeling that energy and the culture, just everything about Japan I love.
Sorry, we have to go into a short break. We'll come back.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching Pikes Peak TV. You're watching Pikes Peak TV.
Welcome back to A Peek Inside. I'm JD from the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. We're joined by Matt. What made you, oh my gosh. So you were telling us about Costa Rica?
Yeah.
So
going
what was it
back
like there?
to Costa Rica, yeah, I fell in love with Costa Rica the first time I went there, from like the weather to the culture, the food, the laid backness, and of course it has some of the best like surfing. And I'm more of a surf photographer than a surfer, but that's definitely how I experienced surfing, from behind the lens, and Costa Rica's been like amazing for me.
What's the longest flight you ever been on?
I just went to Japan, and that was about, I feel like 12 hours. I believe Thailand was maybe 16 hours when I flew from New York. So that gets pretty crazy because I have some ADD, and I'm not sure what to do in a confined space for that long. So I'm just listening to music, playing video games, like pacing down the aisles. The shorter flight, the better.
Would you ever go back to Thailand or Japan?
Yeah, Japan I just went back to, and that was my third trip out there, and I'm already planning another trip next year for Japan. And Thailand is definitely on my radar because I went there when I was younger and like less focused with my photography. So I'd like to go back there now as a quote unquote photographer and see what I could like capture.
What was your most rewarding photography job and why?
I got hired actually from a boutique hotel company to fly out to Nicaragua. And first, the owner of this company called me up and he's like, I really dig your photography. He's like, but I need specific shots from Nicaragua. And this place ended up owning the top 5 surfing beaches in Nicaragua. They were like private beaches. So I just went out there, surfed, took photos, ate awesome food, and it was like one of the first times I really felt like, wow, I'm really like doing awesome with this.
What influenced your photography career?
That's a difficult one, I guess. Just taking photos and having no goal attached to them. So I would like always take photos of friends or different bands I would go see, and I never thought, oh, I'm gonna make money with this photo. So it was really just natural and from the heart and nothing forced. So that was a big influence.
So we're just gonna need to like wrap it up. We're going into another break.
Cool.
It's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
Veterans, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't wait. Reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
My name is Gary Parker. I served as a Cavalry Scout and a military policeman in the United States Army for 20 years. When I was a Cavalry Scout, we had a young lieutenant that came in, great guy, but he moved on, got promoted to lieutenant colonel, went on to Afghanistan, and I was able to keep in contact. And I'd wake up one morning, go on social media, and there's that post you don't want to see. For whatever reason, he took his own life. Nobody knows why he did it. And if there's something that we could have done to prevent it from happening, safe gun storage can prevent gun suicide, because it's that added step to get to your firearm that might just give somebody a moment of reflection on what they're doing. As a veteran, we need to be ambassadors to people that don't have the knowledge that we have. Anytime you're not storing a weapon safely, you're putting yourself and your community at risk. Service never stops.
Welcome back to A Peek Inside. I'm JD from the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. We are joined by Matt. So you were saying, well, what influenced you in photography? Like what influences?
The influences they're a little interesting because I was interested by old like pinup photography and pinup paintings, and I didn't really know like one professional photographer's name at the time my photography started selling. So I wasn't that influenced, interestingly enough, by other photographers. I was more influenced by, I would say, music and just trying to express what musicians express, but through my camera, whether it's like honesty or grittiness or stuff like that.
Was photography your dream career?
Actually, music was my dream career, and I was trying to do music, and it felt very forced. And while I was trying to do music and get on a little record label or something, I was always taking photos of friends and traveling. And I think that's why the photography worked for me, because I didn't like necessarily put too much pressure on myself or care that much about it. It wasn't like my goal, like I have to succeed in photography. It just felt natural and pure, and yeah, that's why I think it worked, because there was no attachment to it.
So when you say music, do you mean like a musician or producing or composing music?
I'm influenced a lot by musicians and the passion that they put into it, whether it's like guitar players are very interested in lyrics and poetry. So I hope when I'm creating my photos that I'm bringing in some passion and some poetry, and it's just not like a straight photo that you've seen a million times on someone's cell phone.
Did you always want to play an instrument?
I played guitar, when I was younger, and I've always, played, and it's been a love-hate relationship with me in music, because I was trying to do it professionally, and it was like very forced and didn't work, kind of. So now I'm coming back to music, kind of how I came to photography, with no attachment and an openness. So it's taking on an entirely different level right now.
So that's all we have for a peek inside. I'd like to thank our guest here, Matt, and I'm JD, a student in the Broadcasting and Electronic Media Department at Pikes Peak State College. More information on this program can be found at pikespeak.du/BEM.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.